Hey guys, we got another commentary, and we're going to be trying to do these every week, at least one, maybe two, if I can't get a review and a commentary out during the week. But here we go, we're starting out, and I am using just the RPG, okay? You can call me a noob, call me whatever you want. I took this as a challenge. That guy should have been dead, by the way. I took this as a challenge to do this, and I have screwed up my kill-death ratio, I screwed up my win-loss ratio, I screwed everything up in this game trying to get this gameplay footage for you. I am playing free-for-all, obviously on firing range, and I'm using the RPG. That is all. RPG, nothing else. I'm using knife, obviously, when I run out of bullets, and I try to use a tomahawk. I think I got 1 or 2 kills with the tomahawk, just because that's nearly almost impossible to win it with just the RPG, because you can't replenish your bullets. I mean, your cone-shaped ammo things. I got lightweight pro, sleight of hand pro, and marathon regular. I don't have Marathon Pro because I don't play no capture the flag. You know how we do. Anyways, I wasted a whole minute and 20 seconds so far, so let's get to this and let's get this started. No one really voted on the last commentary, so this is what this is going to be. My first speeding ticket. How I got it, what happened. I only had 2 so far. I've been pulled over 11 times, though, so I got a lot of stories as far as those go. But we're going to talk about my first speeding ticket, how I got it. And by the way, I didn't get any kills with my kill streaks, by the way. So this is all strictly RPG. You can call me a noob, call me whatever you want. This is tough. I dare you to try and do this. Win a free-for-all match using just the RPG. It is extremely hard. It's harder than you'd think. Anyways, though, here we go. So, basically, it was a Friday night, I believe, and I was just turned 16. I just got my junior license, my junior license. So, here in New York, you get a junior license, you can drive up till 9 o'clock p.m. and then you have to be with a someone 21 or older with a license. And so I had to be back home by 9 o'clock, and I was at youth group at the time, and I was there, right? And it was well, let's back up a little bit. A week back before then, I had talked to this girl. It was getting near prom time, and I had talked to this girl, and I had asked, or I had told her I had something to talk to her about. And I said, I'm going to talk to you in 2 weeks. And I was like, okay. That week, the end of that week came. That was on a Sunday. On Friday, that's when we were at the youth group, and she was there, and I went pulled her aside to talk to her because I couldn't wait. I was like, it's getting kind of close. I was going to wait because her birthday's coming up. Was in 2 weeks. I was going to talk to her on her birthday, but it was kind of close. I wanted to make sure, I got the foot in. You know what I'm talking about. You know how we do. Get the foot in the door and get it done. Make it happen. But anyways, so I was like, okay. So brought her outside, and we started talking. And we was talking, and I asked her to drop the bomb, we'd go to prom, or will you let me take you to prom, because she went to a different school than me. And she kind of looked at me, and she was like, that's not going to work, right? And I was like, oh, are you kidding me? Because we had talked for a while, and it was pretty clear that we both liked each other. And anyways, we had been talking, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, well, is it like, do you need me to talk to your parents? Is it something with that? Because parents was not on the best foot with me. But I was wondering, I was like, okay, do I need to talk to your parents? I don't really understand. She was like, no, I don't think you understand. You don't really get it. And I was like, okay, I do not like where this is going, and right then my heart sank, had my jump in my step, my hop in my step. What is that saying? I don't even know. Kind of like turned to a limp. Like walking on one leg. I'm like, all right, walking on dragging myself along the ground. Like, okay, just don't kick me in the face while I'm laying down here, please. Don't have it to be something harsh. Maybe you're gonna be on vacation or something. But no, she drops it. Oh, today at school, no lie, that day at school, somebody else asked her. And I was like, and you said yes? And she was like, yeah, I had to. And I was like, you knew that I was gonna talk to you though. I was like, wow, and I don't even know. She got all uptight. I'm like, I don't know. How come girls can pull that when they do something wrong and they know they intentionally did something wrong and messed you up? They pull that little face and that crying thing where you just want to almost slap them sometimes. But no, I don't slap girls. I don't do that. But anyways, and then it's all good and it gets away. You gotta keep a rein on that. Don't let that go down. I'm not encouraging beating or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, why can't guys do that? Why doesn't it work with them? They just laugh at you when you try that. Not that I've tried it or anything, But anyways, so I'm like, oh man, that's terrible. And then she's like, well, I got something else to tell you. And I was like, okay, maybe there's some good news. There's some light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling it, okay. So I was like, okay. So she starts talking and telling me the news. I'm like, okay, what does she got to tell me? What could this be? Maybe my night get better. And at this time, it's already about 9 o'clock, and I live 15 minutes from the church where I was at. Actually, it was a little bit before 9, so it takes about 15 minutes to get home. Normally, if you're driving the speed limit, I was like, I can make it home in about 10, a little less than 10 minutes. So I wasn't really worried. It was getting kind of close to 9, being 9 o'clock. I was like, I'll make it. No big deal. You know, this is important. She starts telling me, and she's like, well, one of my other friends, I'm not going to bring up any names or anything, but one of my other friends that I know that goes to a different school, too, than her or me, asked me, too, and I'm going with him. And at this time, I had some confrontation with this guy, and it was just, you know, over stupid girl stuff. Well, I mean, yeah, over girls, I guess you should say. And it was like, you know, just both of us arguing, like, it was just weird stuff. But anyways, and so I kind of had, you know, hard feelings against this kid to begin with, and she knew that. And that was just like, that was like freaking like kick in the face, like toss me off a cliff, light me on fire, and like halfway put me out, so I'm still like smoldering and burning and like feeling the pain here. Like, it was just bad. Like twisting that knife in your stomach and like just, it was terrible. And I was like, I didn't think it could get any worse. Like, this is horrible. And I was like, why would you do that? You know it makes me mad. And this time I was kind of getting upset, and I was kind of raising my voice a little bit. Not really, because I was in like a public place. There's other people around. And she was like, well, what if I said no, it would be mean, you wouldn't have anybody else to go with? And I was like, so? Like, it's not your job. Like, what? How do girls think like that? Or do they even think? Do girls even think at all? I don't know if they know how to logically think. I think they just, like, you know, just skip through life and, like, randomly make things up and act like they think. That's just my opinion, because, I mean, the way things happen sometimes is it's just absurd. But hurry up, get back to the point, Kyle. Why you gotta ramble all the time? I'm like, we gotta go. Let's go right now. We really need to leave. So we hop in the car. I was driving my dad's minivan at the time, because I didn't have a car. I just turned 16. And I was like, you know, I gotta get a car. You know, we're gonna get in a car. And so anyways, I hopped in that. We were driving home, and I was flying. I was booking, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I ever drove a minivan that fast after that time, or even before that. I mean, I was in control and stuff. It was at night, and I was pretty decent at driving at night, but my parents, you know, the parents always worry. If your parents don't worry, there's a problem. Anyway, so I was driving home and flying, and I went through a stop sign. I was like, I was like kind of to the power slide through around the stop sign and floored it, and I was like going back up at like, what was I doing? Probably 60, I think I was at 68 or something. And 68 miles an hour, and the speed limit was supposedly 45, but it had just changed from 55 to 45. Right here, I should have had 2 kills. I should have tomahawked the guy up top and then knifed him at the bottom, but I messed up. You know, I wasn't thinking clearly. I was thinking like a girl. See how that fit in right there, that little reference? That guy's just a camper. Get out of the corner! What are you doing? Why you gotta camp like that and ruin my streak? No, I wasn't really on a streak. Anyways, and then I was a new driver, and I didn't realize that when the cop finds you at night, they kind of ride you, like right up on you and tailgate you. And as he was doing that, he got me because I was speeding up, and I was all stressed. I was a terrible night. And then he pulls me over. I'm like, oh, balls. Pulled me over, got out, ended up giving me a ticket just for going through a stop sign, though. He said I'll let the speeding go because the speed limit did just change, but you were going a little fast, but the stop sign not gonna let that happen. Anyways, long story short, I got the ticket, got home. It was probably one of the worst days of my life. It goes down to history as the worst day of my life. I consider it that still to this day. Oh man. Gameplay's over. It was 30 and 20, what does that say? 24? I can't really read it. 26? It's on a tiny screen when I'm looking at it here. But anyways, let me wrap this up, bro. Got home, my parents were like, oh, your fault. I didn't tell them what happened before. I just told them that I got in trouble. You know, I got a ticket. That's all. And anyways, so they were like, oh, sucks for you. Ended up going to court. Ended up getting it reduced to a parking ticket, so I didn't get any points. It ended up being a freaking $400 parking ticket. But I didn't get any points on my license. No license, because at that time I would have actually lost my license if I did get that ticket to go through. So I was happy. All's good. You can always make more money. Yeah, you can never get more time. Speaking of time, I just stole 11 minutes of your life. So did they. We're going to steal 4 hours of my life if they made me take that 4-hour course for getting the points off my license. I will see you in a couple days with a review. Be there.